Hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Snowkyo and today we are going to be playing a game called Amber. So let's go ahead and get started. It was 7 p.m. and on that beautiful yet cold autumn day the wind shook the frail trees, branches across the street. Tristan Mallory made his slow, tired way. A whirlwind of leaves caught his attention and he stepped to contemplate them for a few minutes. A spray of colors danced around him, fragments of red, orange, yellow, spread at random, forming a mosaic that stretched on for as far as the eye could see. A rush of beauty in that gray and fuming city, that noisy metropolis that was constantly exhaling pollution. Coming back to his senses, the 30-year-old man shook his head. Now it wasn't time to be daydreaming. He had to go home. The long day already weighed on his shoulders, but if he was completely honest, work wasn't the most tiring thing in his life. After all, an honest, well-paid job was somewhat of a luxury these days. Like any model employee, he consecutively accomplished the task handed to him, no more, no less. No, what was really destroying him was a completely different form of fatigue, an appalling and crushing solitude that had been shadowing him for years, ever since his wife... Oh, no. Is she dead? No. Oh, they left us. Okay. The light tinkling of the front door opening brought him back to the earth. He's already at his flat. A sad and silent living room was waiting for him. A shiver traveled down his spine as he entered the room. Driven by almost desperate urge, he didn't even want to bother hanging up his coat before slamming open all of the doors in his flat, one after another. Each time the emptiness answered his pleas. He felt a rising dread with it. What happened to this guy? Like, did his wife die? Is this why he's so depressed? Or did she leave him? Because if she just left him, then he should just get over it. If she's dead, then, that's a different story. His last hope, the last door, the forbidden room beyond. It's probably a dead wife. That's probably, her bedroom. He opened it slightly and peeked inside. Of course, there was no one inside. He fell heavily onto the sofa. The crushing solitude came back in full force, crushing him again and again, wounding his face with invisible cuts, the cuts of time. It was happening again. All of a sudden, Tristan Mallory felt immensely exhausted. He held his head in his hands, staring at the floor for a long time. After what felt like an eternity, he abruptly got to his feet. He gathered all the framed pictures on display and stowed them away in his closet. The memories needed to be out of sight. She's either dead or he's very upsetting his spaghetti that his girlfriend left him. When he was sure that there was no more pictures sticking out, Tristan put his coat back and rushed outside. It was chilly and a bit dark, but there was still enough light to see clearly. It was an ideal time to take a walk, at least that's what he once might have thought. Was something gonna happen to him? Also, isn't this the same place that we were and it doesn't look any different than it did at the beginning? As he hurried along the sidewalk, Tristan was anything but relaxed. He walked around the places that were most familiar to him, looking for a serenity that seemed to be definitively out of reach. I cannot read, forgive me. While passing a park near his home, he suddenly heard a high-pitched, almost inaudible plea. Oh, Isabella's scream? Oh, nope. His heart jumped and he stopped. Oh. This is not okay. She's a baby. In the dim light of the setting sun, he made out a silhouette of a girl sitting on a swing with her head bowed. Tears were rolling down her cheeks. Afraid of startling her, he approached her slowly and took a closer look. I feel like that would startle her even more. Instead of just going up saying, "Hey, are you okay?" he creepily is like slowly getting to her, Slow. If I see someone slowly coming at me, I'm gonna be really paranoid. It's like a car rolling slowly. That's not okay. You're doing the exact opposite of what you want to accomplish. Her clothes were crumpled. She had neither a coat nor a scarf. She bore various scratches as if she had been in a fight. The park was completely deserted, and she seemed to have been there for a while. How does he know that she's been there for a while? Well, she just went there. Like, she just sat down and he just saw her. Would it assume? For a second, Tristan Mallory felt, why do they keep saying his full name? Felt the temptation to abandon her there, to leave her to her fate. But very quickly, he mentally justified himself he couldn't do that. What? But what fate? What is he? Does he know that she's gonna die? Does he know what the future holds for everybody? Who is he to determine fate? So he placed himself in front of her and asked her in a soft voice, "Is there something wrong?" At first, the little girl seemed not to hear him. She choked on her sobs, hiccuped, and shuddered. Patiently, Tristan Mallory stroked her hair and repeated, "Oh, come on, man. Stroking your hair. What is going on? Why are you crying? What happened?" It took her several minutes to calm down a bit, but eventually she wiped away her tears and answered with a faint voice, interrupted by sobs. I don't know. I think I've lost something important, really important, but I can't remember. What it was?" Tristan Mallory sighed, feeling a mixture of compassion and pity. She seemed so lost, so vulnerable. I don't like where this is going. He wanted to hold her so tightly that her sadness would melt away, but at the same time, a voice within was telling him that he shouldn't be too forceful. Yeah, you probably shouldn't, Tristan. You probably shouldn't. She's like 10. You have an apartment. A flat. You're probably like 20 or whatever. It doesn't matter. No. They should be aware of her vulnerability. So he tried to stay composed and looked reassuring. Yet in front of this sad little girl, he did not feel confident at all. "Are you alone? Where are your mommy and daddy?" "I don't know." "Do you live far away from here?" "I don't know." "What's your name?" "Amber." "Well, Amber, you can't stay here out in the wind. You're going to catch a cold eventually. You don't want to get sick, do you?" Oh, he's better not invite her to your flat. Better not. That son of a bitch. No, I hate being sick. See, you gotta warm yourself up somewhere. It'll be night soon. I swear to God, Tristan. I swear to God. But I don't know where to go. In that case, why don't you think about coming to my place, you son of a fucking bitch? Fuck, I had so much faith in you, Tristan. It's not that far away from here, and it'll be a much better place to sleep and swing. Amber seemed wary. She had no other choice but to follow him. He gently reached a hand to her, and for the first time, she lifted her eyes. They were washed out, blurry with tears, and hesitant. He thought it was a good idea to force a smile to appear reassuring. Even with the fatigue, Tristan Mallory showed the most convincing smile he could, and took her hand, so fine, so frail, to help get her to her feet. The young girl's steps were wobbly and weak. She had probably not eaten all day long. Carefully, he led her to this place while making sure that she wouldn't trip. Yeah, that's the most important part. Make sure you trip, not going to jail because you're 20 years old and she's like 10. The man removed his coat and shut the front door behind. Why not just take her to the police, good God? Make yourself at home, I'll cook you something. Passing through the kitchen, he turned on the light in the living room so that his flat would look less gloomy. While searching his fridge for a potential meal, he periodically stole several glances over the counter. In the living room, Amber was still walking around a bit wild, still on the fence. Well, I would be. Instead of going to the police, you're going to some random guy's house. She explored this new environment by looking around, admiring the ornaments. Unfortunately, she didn't find much to pique her interest. It was a bland house, almost too bland. There was no clues about whose occupant lives. Taking advantage of Tristan being distracted by a packet of noodles, hope it's ramen, she escaped to the hallway and tried to find the bathroom. She found it quickly enough, but before returning to the hallway, she noticed that all the doors were wide open except for one. Strangely, before she had even had time to think about it, she was drawn to that doorway, the same door that he probably opened earlier on. Intrigued, Amber felt magnetically attracted to the slightly open door. Just one peek was all she wanted, but she struggled to see anything through the crack. Oh, the music stopped. Was his Bluebeard cabinet a frightening tomb where Tristan Mallory stored his corpses of his former wives? The little girl pushed the door up and entered the room and switched the light on. Oh boy, it was a bedroom filled with plush toys and cushions. I swear to God, Crystal, what the hell are you into? A big bed was proudly displayed in the center of the room, accompanied by pretty dressing tables one side. The walls were painted and looked like a bright blue sky. Storage furniture, coordinated with the sweet colors of trinkets, was overflowing with mysteries. On the nightstand, she could catch a glimpse of Night, shaped as a cute mascot. There was a fairy-like ambulance. This was a strange room, to the extent that Amber couldn't repress a little exclamation of her surprise. Closing the door so that a 30-year-old wouldn't discover her hiding spot, she stretched out on the colorful bed, rolled into a ball, and jumped and snuck under the bed sheets. He's 30. Jesus. She felt at ease in a room worthy of a princess that seemed to have been built for her, to correspond to her every fantasy. She even approached a big teddy bear, which was tempting to her. She grabbed it immediately and hugged it, covered it with kisses. Her pale face was illuminated in a child's smile. Meanwhile, in the kitchen, Tristan was cooking noodles and was about to serve the meal and noticed the absence of a logo. Slightly worried, he called for her. Amber, where are you? Nervous, he looked in all the room, checking first to see whether or not she was in the bathroom. He was searched everywhere in the house until there was only the front door. A lot of noise when it opened, so I would have heard it if she had left. Could she actually be in there already? With a sigh, he headed towards the fully forbidden room and discovered Amber playing with stuffed animals. His gaze softened, and I opposed like I couldn't do anything, but he reassured himself without a word. He went to sit next to her. Onto the bed, the little girl was moving stuffed animals' hands while making them speak. In a weak voice, she was narrating a stuffed animal tea party. Seemed to be enjoying herself very much, and the light was back in her eyes. Suddenly, she got mad and pumped the cat and scolded her harshly. Oh, that's not okay, Amber. You okay? It's dirty. Stop it. Right now, you're making a mess. Allie, what did you say? It's dirty. You've got to behave yourself. Don't roll on the floor. You shouldn't make a fuss just because you didn't get what you wanted. As punishment, she sent the cow to the corner while ordering not to move and replace it with a pony with long eyelashes. Where's the pony? Do you see it? I don't see it. Stuffed animal tea party hosted by the blue monkey was obviously not going as planned. Tristan examined the little girl at every move with care. She finally noticed his presence. He felt he had to speak. Are you having fun? Oh, this is not okay. This is not okay. Yeah, I didn't know there was a bedroom in your house. Whose room is this? It was my wife's favorite room before she left. What happened to her? It's a long story. Maybe I'll tell you another time. Meanwhile, the meal is getting cold. Don't you want to eat? I'm coming right now. What's for dinner? Spaghetti bolognese. Great. I love it. That evening, Tristan Mallory admired the little Amber as she wolfed down her food, half amused and half distracted. Seeing her so happy soothed the heart a little at the same time. Are you tired? The child suddenly asked with a serious air. A little. I worked hard today. She didn't comment any first. Still gazed at the princess room. She revived the topic with, do you like it? Yeah, a lot. I wish I had a similar room. If you want, I'll give it to you. Oh. What? My wife left a long time ago. Stuff is still inside. I don't use it, so if you like, it's yours. You stay in her room while I'm looking for your parents and what you lost. What do you say? Can I really? But it doesn't belong to me. There's nothing sadder than a house without life, don't you think? I know my wife loved to the rest in her favorite room. There she felt at ease, like on a cloud, but now she's not living here anymore. I knew she died. I knew it. Since you seem to like this place, I think it would make her happy to know that her bedroom is in good hands. and I can do whatever I want in it? While I'm at work, you'll be able to play in the room as much as you want. I'll leave you some leftovers for lunch. You'll only have to heat them up in the microwave, and in the evening, we'll play together if you like to. Do I need to go back to school? No more school, only games. Whoa. Yay, great. For Amber's overflowing enthusiasm, Tristan Mallory couldn't help but smile faintly, almost pitifully. Yes, that's it, he kept telling himself, as if to reassure himself, all I'm doing is keeping her around until she remembers who she is and what she's lost. Well, the music stopped, and that's intense. I think that's where I'm going to stop the episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I thought it was a wife that died. I was right. Maybe it's not too many roller coasters. But he's taking this little girl. Maybe that's his daughter. Maybe she has, like, amnesia. Maybe she can't remember who she is. But anyways, thank you for tuning in, and I hope to see you guys soon. I'll be doing another one of these videos, and I'll see you guys next time. What?